This is King H, the king of Manu people, the spiritual leader of Ambazonia. I've not been speaking to the people for a while because I've been watching what is happening between La Republic and Ambazonia, between West Cameroon and East Cameroon. You see, right now, Ambazonia, we are at phase one of this revolution. Phase one is just the beginning of the revolution. What would it take for us to get to the climax of the revolution that would completely tip the balance on how this revolution or how the outcome of the revolution will be? Well, that depends on the people, because the revolution in Ambazonia is for the people and by the people. The people demanded and asked for this revolution to take place, and the Republic responded by declaring war because the people were tired and sick of this system that has put them on a chokehold. Ambazonians or Anglophones are below slaves in Cameroon. Below slaves. They don't have a voice. You speak, you get arrested. You speak, some get killed, some get raped by the military that is supposed to protect the people. And for 58 years we have suffered. We have. But only the people can end the suffering and usher in a new and brighter future to come. And to do that, we will have to change our mind. Some of us think that this revolution is ordained by God. But to me, it's not ordained by God. This is all about cause and effect. That's how I see it. When you look at something, it depends on the person that is viewing what is seen. Some people will think that is ordained by God. Well, I don't think it's ordained by God. Because if you say it's ordained by God, then God allowed blacks to be enslaved and colonized by whites. Then allowed them to be free just only to be recolonized by whites. For 400 years we've been working for them, or more than 400 years we've been working for them, feeding their economy while our people starve. If you think that is God ordained, then nah, man. For me, that's not God ordained. That's cause and effect. It's man-made. When whites came to Africa, they wanted greener pasture, and they took it upon us and made their own lives better. But to today, we still see that as what? God ordained? Why should it be God ordained? I don't think a God would want a certain group of people to be enslaved, marginalized, conquered, just for the pleasure of others. No. If that is God ordained, then that is not a good God. Because look at the amount of people who are being killed, murdered, burned down. This is all done by human beings. And in order for us to stop what is happening, it will take us human beings, it will take us Ambazonians, it will take us Anglophones to stop this. And to do so, we must change our mindset. We must change the way we look at life. We must rethink about the entire situation. Why do many countries in the world fight wars? That's a question you should think about. Yes, war isn't good. War is bad. We all know that. But why do other nations fight wars? They do that because they want a better life for themselves. They want a life that could be in control, not to be controlled. Many African nations are being controlled. It's man-made effect. Slavery and colonization controlled most of Africa. And the effects of it is still there. The effects of slavery in the United States is still there. Why do you think the police shoot and kill blacks randomly? Because, well, they don't see blacks as human beings. And they don't treat them like human beings. Because you won't see a white man just kill another white man for no reason. There must be a reason why he's doing it. But it's so obvious when they kill a black person. They do that out of pleasure. It's something that they've been doing for over 400 years. So why should they stop now? The game has just changed. You know? Now a police can kill a black man, and at the end, what would the policeman get in the United States? Probably lose his job, and that's it. And his lives continue. And sometimes you not even lose. You lose a couple of months, maybe a year, and then get the same job back. No consequences. Why is it like that when it comes to black people? Well, this all has to do with slavery and colonization. Well, after colonization, La République du Cameroon decided to colonize us using a fake and illegal union that never took place. And when they noticed the resources that was in the land, well, they can't give it up now. They're fighting for the resources. They don't care about the union. These people talk about one thing and they do the next. So what can we do, Ambazonian? Yes, we are rising. We are at phase 1. Our people are forming military groups and fighting back. And some of our leaders are making mistakes by capturing or kidnapping some of these leaders of La République. Well, this is a revolution. And we are using the guerrilla warfare to win this revolution, because we cannot win this revolution head on. We can't take on La République head on. So our best strategy is guerrilla warfare. But then again, the more we use guerrilla warfare, the more our people are affected. The more our people are being killed, burned down, houses being burned down, people being burned down, children even being killed, babies being killed by the military of La République. And guess what? The West doesn't give a damn. They're not the one doing the job. These are two ex-slaves or ex-colonized nations that are fighting among each other. It doesn't bother them. They could kill themselves all they want. Why should they care? Well, as Ambazonians, we should care because if we don't stand and fight, we'll be erased from history. Running away is not gonna help. Yes, we have military groups, but that is still not enough. We're 8 million. 8 million people. We can produce more civilian military groups all over the 13 counties. You see, when the time for farming, we farm and plant and then harvest. Well, planting and harvest has now been taken over by civilian military groups. In order to plant again and harvest, we will have to face our enemy. And yes, the entire Francophone region, the 8 regions, the entire 8 regions of Francophone of La Republique are our enemies. We must accept that. If we don't accept that, then we don't even have, we cannot even win this war. Because we know who our enemies, and we know that the citizens of La Republique supports the government, regardless of what they think about the government, because if they lose these 2 regions, they too will not benefit. They are also looking after their own interests. And the bigger picture for them is to make sure that they keep these 2 regions. But our bigger picture for us is to make sure that we cut off La Republique completely from our region, and so that we could have our own sovereignty, our own nation made out of 13 counties. So this is the best time for all Ambazonians on the ground level to create more military. This idea of kidnapping citizens of La Republique Cameroon or members of the government of La Republique Cameroon is not a good idea. In this revolution, where we don't have control over our territory, we don't need to kidnap these people. The best thing to do is to kill them on spot. Let it be a gun showdown where you leave La Republique agents and members of the government of La Republique dead. That's the only way to spread fear in the eyes of La Republique. And to get to this to the climax where we can tip this revolution to our favor, because though we are winning some of the battles, but this war is still just beginning. It's anybody's game. It's anybody's game. So my brothers and sisters of Ambalan, those who have the physical attributes of being a soldier, of being a warrior, of being a fighter in Ambalan, the spiritual leader is speaking to you to join a military group or to create a military group in your county. This is the time to grow more military groups in Ambazonia. We must become our own gods. And our land, Ambaland, Ambazonia, is our main god. Without it, we will die. Without it, we will not survive. Without it, life is meaningless. You could pray to Jesus, to Jehovah, to Allah, to whatever, to over whatever religion you want to pray, but the action must be done by the people of Amberland all over the 13 counties. No point in kidnapping any of the military of La Republic of Cameroon or any of the SEOs and DOs. Kill them on spot. That's what happened in a revolution. When you face your enemy, take them out. Kidnapping and holding them is unnecessary. You don't have the resources to kidnap and keep them can you keep them for 20, 30 years and feeding them and keeping them alive? No. So it's useless doing that. They're burning our cities, burning our grandmothers, killing our children, killing our women, destroying our nation. And some Anglophones, I'm not going to call those Anglophones Ambazonians because they still side with La Republic. They still consider themselves part of La Republic, but we must cut that mental change. We must cut that mental blockage and make them understand that they are Ambazonians, not members of La Republic of Cameroon, because there was never a union in the first place. There is no document showing that we are part of La Republic. And any person, any Anglophones who doesn't understand that, then there's no more explanation. These were two nations that were supposed to come together, but they never did. Because La Republic decided to use force. And that's what they got. Well, now we know our history. Now we know what we must do to free ourselves. Because nobody will free ourselves but ourselves. And our leaders, our interim government, ADF, and the ARC must coordinate, must work, must share information, must, even if they don't, you don't have to like each other. You don't have to like each other. But you must find a way to work with one another. You must find a way to make the dream of all Ambazonian a reality. Because we are dreaming. Ambazonians are dreaming. And they want their dream to be a reality. You don't want to fight this revolution at the end, get nothing out of it. Because of leadership. Because some leaders want to be the one, they want to show that they're the one doing the best work. Or they should be supported. No. This is a revolution for the people. By the people. And all we're doing is showing moral support on those who are fighting on the ground and financial support. Time to increase chaos. It's our only way of dialogue and negotiating is chaos. The more chaos, the more bloodshed among La Republic, the better for us. Hit and run, growing numbers, more military groups must be nourished on the ground. Only the people can free themselves. God will not come down from heaven to free you. Only the people can free themselves. And we must do that. Because it is our birthright. It's our birthright. Don't let La Republic take your birthright from you. Don't let La Republic take your birthright from you. It's the Ambazonia is our birthright. From birth, we were given that land. From birth, we claim that land. There is no union between La Republic, the Cameroonian, and Ambazonia. There is no union between West Cameroon and East Cameroon. None whatsoever. So to that, I'll leave it to this. And share my message if you like what I'm talking about. This is King H, the spiritual leader of Ambazonia. To that, next time.